Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. Today our topic it is Newton's divided difference formula for interpolation. I will discuss about Newton's divided difference formula with the help of divided difference table. Now let f of x naught, f of x1, f of x2 and up to f of xn are the entries corresponding to the arguments x naught, x1, x2 and xn. As we know that these values are unequally spaced because Newton's divided difference formula and Lagrange's interpolation formula when we applying when the entries having unequally spaced. These are the arguments x0, x1 and x2 they are unequally spaced when we applying Newton's divided difference formula and Lagrange's interpolation formula. So student, we will discuss about first how can we make the divided difference table. In short form we call it DDT. So first we will make columns. The first column it is x. If we consider 4 entries x, x0, x1, x2 and x3 in journal, y is equals to f of x. It means first argument it is the f of x0. These are the entries, these are the arguments f of x0, f of x1, f of x2 and f of x3. If you find the first divided difference, it means if we find the difference between in the numerator f of x1 minus f of x0 and divided by x1 minus x0, means when we will take the values of n is equals to 1. It means the first interval when we consider, so we will find these are called first divided difference values. Similarly for the next f of x2 minus f of x1 divided by x2 minus x1, we call it when you find, write the name a0, a1 and the last value if you determine, so it means f of x3 minus f of x2 in the numerator divided by the arguments x3 minus x2 and the result it should be, we write the name a2. Suppose in the second DD student, first we will find, it means when we consider n is equals to 2, it means it, from f of x2 minus f of x1 x0, it means the answer it is a0, a1 minus a0 divided by x2 minus x0. It means x2 minus x0 will consider the two interval n is equals to 1 and n is equals to 2. So there are two intervals. So we write here and write the name it is b0. And the second DD for the second interval it is when we consider student f of x3 minus f of x1. So it means a2 minus a1 in the numerator, a2 minus a1 divided by x3 minus x1. We call it b1. Now for the third DD student, when we find the third DD, b1 minus b0 whole divided by x3 minus x0 and the last third difference 1, 2 and 3. So it means n is equals to 3. So 3 DD means when we consider the value of n it is 3. So student x3 minus x0 first and the last term. So after making the difference table, student, we applying this formula and write a formula, Newton's divided difference. Now we write the Newton's divided difference formula. It will be Newton's divided difference formula for interpolation So formula it is f of x is equals to student f of x naught plus x minus x naught f of x naught x1 plus sine x minus x naught into x minus x1 into f of x naught x1 x2 plus x minus x naught x minus x1 x minus x2 into f of x naught x1 x2 and x3 plus up to so on. So x is unknown. F of x naught, it means the first value. What is x naught? It means the first value of the argument. These are the entries. So first entry, f of x naught, x1, it means when we find the first difference, we call it f of x naught, x1. X minus x naught, x minus x naught, and x minus x1. And f of x naught, x1, x2, it means it is called b naught, f of x naught, x1 and x2. And a plus sign x minus x naught for the third difference, x minus x1, x minus x2, f of x naught, x1, x2 and x3. We call it c naught, this value, and c naught is called, student, f of x naught, x1, x2, x3. ये स्टूडेंट फार्मूला हमने ड्राइव किया और इस फार्मूले को अब हम स्टूडेंट अप्लाई करेंगे. नाउ राइट एन एप्लीकेशन अबाउट द न्यूटन्स डिवाइडेड डिफरेंस फार्मूला. So interpolate y for x is equals to 3 in the following data by using Newton's divided difference formula. Now table values you have given a student x, f of x is 2, 4, 5 and 10, and the f of x you have given 10, 20, 28 and 38. So student, when you applying the Newton's divided difference formula, first we will make new divided difference table. Then we applying Newton's divided difference formula. It means it is based on Newton's divided difference formula is based on divided difference table of the argument and the entries. So first, these are the argument x, f of x, these are called entries. First we write here the values of x and y, 2, 4, 5, 10, and f of x it is, student, 10, 20, 28, 38. Now, first DD, student, in first DD, student, so it means 20 minus 10 whole divided by 4 minus 2. The answer it is 10 over 2, it means 5. 28 minus 20 in the numerator. Entries are, we write here in the numerator and the argument, they are divided from this value. So it means 5 minus 4, it is 8. And now, student, for the third argument, when we find a student, 28 minus 20 divided by 5 minus 4, 8 over 1, it means 8. 38 minus 28 whole divided by 10 minus 5. 10 divided by 5, it is 2. Now second degree, student, when we find 8 minus 5 whole divided by 5 minus 2. We write here, it means 3 over 3, it is 1. And for the next, 2 minus 8, it means when we divide 10 minus 4, which is equals to minus 6 upon 6, it means minus 1. Now for the third degree, student, when we find 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 whole divided by first and the last value of x. It means 10 minus 2. It means minus 2 upon 8. The answer it is minus 1 upon 4. It means 0.25, I think. So after making the difference table, we will applying. So student, what is f of x naught? It is f of x naught. It is f of x naught comma x1, x naught comma x1 comma x2, and the last value it is called f of x naught, x1, x2, and x3. Because you have 4 values, this and f of x naught, x1, x2, and it is f of x naught x1, and this value is called f of x naught. It is the initial value of the argument of the entries. So now we are applying here, student, Newton's divided difference table, Newton's divided difference formula, applying Newton's divided difference formula for interpolation. So first we write here formula, student. F of x is equals to f of x naught plus x minus x naught into f of x naught x1 plus x minus x naught into x minus x1 multiplying by f of x naught x1 x2 plus sign x minus x naught x minus x1 and x minus x2 into f of x naught x1 x2 x3 So student, when we put here from the divided difference table, f of x naught is called 10. F of x naught, what is x? X, student, you have given 3. 3 minus x naught, it is, we call it x naught, x1, x2, and x3, and x is equals to 3 you have given, student, because you have determined at this point the value of y is a question mark. So we put here x is 3, x naught is 2, f of x naught, x1 it is 5. These are numerical values. X minus x naught, it means in the second difference, x is 3 minus x naught is 2. 3 minus x1 is 4. And f of x naught, x1, x2 it is 1 plus sign. Then x minus x naught, it means 3 minus 2. 3 minus 4 plus 3 minus 5. It is minus 0.25. It is f of x naught, x1, x2, and x3. So we will stop them and find the solution. When we are applying the calculator, student, the answer it is, what is x? X is 3. Then we put here, so at f of x3, it means f of 3, it is 13.5. So student, हमने न्यूटन्स डिवाइडेड डिफरेंस फार्मूला अप्लाई करते हुए इंटरपोलेशन वैल्यू डिटरमिन करी फॉर अनइक्वली स्पेस्ड. You know about the unequally spaced, because the difference of 4 and 2 it is 2, difference of 5 minus 4 it is 1, and difference of 10 minus 5 it is 5. That's why we call it the given difference table. The given table values, these are called unequally spaced. So that's why we are applying here Newton's divided difference formula. So after that, student, we will consider the Lagrange's interpolation formula. It is also known for, it is also used for non-equally spaced. It means unequally spaced. Now, first we write the formula about the Lagrange's. So y is equals to f of x. If you find the argument, for example, student, if we consider with the help of arguments, first we write the arguments. So what is x and y? It means f of x naught, we consider x naught, x1, x2, x3, and up to so on, xn, f of x naught, f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, and up to so on, f of xn. These are called entries, x naught, x1, x2, these are the arguments. With the help of these values, Lagrange's derive a formula for interpolation And we write here, student, and y is equals to f of x, which is equals to f of x naught into x minus x1. We will skip there this value when we consider, student, f of x naught. So x minus x1, x minus x2, and up to so on, x minus xn in the numerator, and whole divided by x naught minus x1. Then we will subtract from this value x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, and up to so on, x naught minus xn. Similarly, for the second, when we consider, student, f of x1, so x minus x naught, we will skip there this value, x minus x naught, x minus x2, x minus, and up to so on, x minus x. तो स्टूडेंट हम इस तरह फार्मूला ड्राइव करते हैं, लेग्रेंजेस ने इस तरह इंटरपोलेशन फार्मूला ड्राइव किया कि व्हेन वी कंसीडर f of x naught, the x naught we will skip there. So x is a known value. You have unknown when you have given in the question. So x is unknown. X minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3, and x minus x divided by x naught minus x1. Then whole fraction it should be divided by x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, and up to so on x naught minus xn. But when we consider f of x1, so it means it will be skip in the numerator. So x minus x naught, x minus x naught, x minus x2, x minus x3, and x minus x whole divided by x1 minus naught in the numerator. We will consider this one in the denominator when we write here. So x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3, and up to so on, x1 minus x. Similarly, for the second value, if we consider f of x2, it means we will skip this value and write the difference x minus x naught, x minus x1, x minus x3, but we will skip this value in the numerator. And the last value is 20, x minus x whole divided by x minus x2 minus x naught. Then we subtract in the denominator x2 minus x naught, x2 minus x1, x2 minus x2, it means 0. So we will not consider in the denominator x2 minus x3, and the last value it is x2 minus x and plus student up to so on. We will consider as it is. This is a procedure. So this formula is known as, the above formula is known as Lagrange's interpolation formula. Lagrange's interpolation formula. for unequally spaced interpolation formula for unequally spaced. So now we write an application about the Lagrange's interpolation. Student, we will find the value. For example, find let y is equals to f of x, given that f of 0 is equals to 8, f of 1 is equals to 11, student, f of 4 is equals to 68, and f of 5 is equals to 1 to 3. Then estimate y for x is equals to 2 using Lagrange's interpolation formula. So student, first we make the table x and f of x. What is x? The first value of x is 0. The second value of x is 1. The third value it is 4. And the last one it is 5. F of x is equals to 8. It is 11. It is 68. And it is 123. So we'll make first table. Now after that we will find the difference. 5 minus 4 it is 1. 4 minus 1 it is 3. And 1 minus 0 it is 1. So they are unequally spaced. That's why we are applying here Lagrange's interpolation formula for unequally spaced. And we will determine the value of x is 2. When x is 2, then we find y. It means f of x. Y is equals to f of x. So we will determine according to when we are applying Lagrange's interpolation formula. So student, what is f of x naught? It is f of x naught. If we write here f of x1, f of x2, and f of x3, it is x naught, x1, x2, and x3. So स्टूडेंट हमें Lagrange's इंटरपोलेशन फार्मूले में कोई टेबल फॉर्म नहीं करना होता कि आप फॉरवर्ड डिफरेंस टेबल बनाए, बैकवर्ड डिफरेंस टेबल बनाए, या डिवाइडेड डिफरेंस या सेंट्रल डिफरेंस टेबल. So without any table we will apply. So first we write a formula, Lagrange's interpolation formula, applying Lagrange's interpolation formula. First we write about the given table. Now y is equals to f of x, which is equals to student f of x naught plus f of, so x minus 1 into x minus x2 and into x minus x3 whole upon. So now student, when we consider x naught, so x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, x naught minus x3. So these are the arguments according to the given. The first, now the second, when we consider f of x1, so it means x minus x naught, x minus x1, x2, and x minus x3. x1 is not considered in this way, student. Carefully to understand, please, all of you. X naught means when we consider x1, so we will write here x1 minus x naught, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3. स्टूडेंट हम जब कंसीडर करेंगे x1 तो x1 माइनस x नॉट, x1 माइनस x2, x1 माइनस x3, इसको x1 माइनस x1 को जीरो कंसीडर नहीं किया जाएगा. ठीक है, ये डिफरेंस है. तो हमें फार्मूला अच्छे तरीके से समझना है, ये कोई याद करने वाली बात नहीं है. When we consider f of x2, again I repeat, student, when we consider f of x2, it means x2 we will not consider in the numerator. So start from x minus x naught, x minus x1, x minus x3. आप ये देख रहे हैं स्टूडेंट कि न्यूमरेटर में हमने x2 कंसीडर नहीं किया, बट डेनोमिनेटर में हम स्टार्ट करेंगे x2 minus x naught, x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3. So we will write here similarly x naught, x2 minus x1, and x2 minus x3. Then the last f of x3, x minus student x naught, x minus x1, and x minus x2. Then stop, because x3 minus x3 should be 0, so we will not consider here. Divided by, start from x3 student from the given table, x3 minus x naught, x3 minus x1, x3 minus x2, then stop. So after that, student, when we put here all values in this formula, what is f of x naught, student? X naught is 0, x naught is, f of x naught is 8, x is 3, x is 2, because you have given x is 2. So x2 minus 2 minus 1, 2 minus 4, 2 minus 5, whole divided by, when a student x naught minus x1, it means 0 minus 1, 0 minus 4, and 0 minus 5. Plus sign, the next value it is 11, f of x1, 2 minus 0, 2 minus 4, 2 minus 5, whole divided by x1, x1 means 1, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 4, 1 minus 5. Plus sign student, for it is f of x naught, it is f of x1, then f of x2, f of x2 student you have given in the table, it is 68, x is 2, 2 minus 0, 2 minus 1, 2 minus 5, whole divided by, and we put here f of x2, it means x2 student, it is 4, so 4 minus 0, 4 minus 1, and 4 minus 5, plus sign 68, For the f of x rate is 123. So we write here 1, 2, 3. The student start from this 2 minus 0, x is x minus x naught, x minus x1, x minus x2, it is 4. Means we write here 2. Whole divided by 5 minus 0 because x rate is 5. 5 minus 1, 5 minus 4. When we applying the calculator, student, of each part, when we simplifying, it is the answer. It is 18 when x is 2. तो स्टूडेंट आज हमने दो टॉपिक समझे जिसमें हमने ये सीखा कि न्यूटन्स डिवाइडेड डिफरेंस टेबल and Lagrange's interpolation, both formulas when we applying when you have given argument values are unequally spaced. It means in the column of x they are unequally spaced. So we will applying Newton's divided difference formula and Lagrange's interpolation formula. So thank you very much. Take care. God bless you. Allah Hafiz.